Hello and welcome to the Dump and Chase podcast on 88.1 FM, WLRA The Start, Lewis University in Romeoville, Illinois. Reid and Rebecca back in the studio for episode number
7.
Is this 7? 7? Well, we're in week 9, and we missed 2 weeks, I think. I think it's week 7. I think we got it right this time. First try. Look at that. We're joined today by Gavin Hawkinson. I got the name right. I was thinking about it right before we went on. I'm like, I didn't verify what his last name was. Like, I knew it. I just wanted to check the pronunciation, but we got it. Got first and last name right because I introduced Selman the first time as Tyler Selman. That was great. He's not going to let me live that down. But Gavin, thanks for coming on. Solo tonight, but that's the joys of all the scheduling Rebecca has to do. So the way we do it is we split the show into off-ice and on-ice questions.
Okay.
So we've been giving guests a choice this year. So whichever one you want to start with, take your pick. If you want to talk hockey first or save it for later.
Save it for later.
Save it for later. All right. So we'll talk about school first. We'll get the boring stuff out of the way. So what made you decide to come to Lewis? Was it the academic side, hockey, mix of both for you?
It was hockey.
Okay.
I was fielding offers at the end of my junior season.
Okay.
And Lewis just was the best option, I think. I liked the campus a lot, and the other option was D3.
Okay, got it. So kind of talking academically, what's your major and kind of any career hopes that you have to do with it?
Right now, sport management, but I'm changing it to criminal justice.
Okay.
I always wanted to do criminal justice, and so I actually just got some credits transferred here from a tech school that I did in high school in Minnesota.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'll be switching back to that.
Okay, so criminal justice kind of, where do you want that to go in the future? Obviously, your first year, you got a lot of time, but...
Probably cop, to be honest.
Okay.
I have a cousin who's a cop in South Minneapolis.
Okay, nice. So kind of starting in college, first year here, any kind of goals that you've set? We can talk both on and off the ice for this, for hockey and for school for you.
Goals for school, I'd probably say be average.
Okay.
For hockey, I don't really know. I don't know. I would say 10 or 15 points.
That's solid. I had another one in my mind, but now I can't think of it. You mentioned your junior career. Oh, this is hockey related. You mentioned your junior career.
Yeah.
So you played juniors before coming here?
Mm-hmm.
1 year or 2 years, or?
I was going to go to a community college my first year out of high school, so I just played on, the club team there.
Okay.
And then I dropped all my classes when COVID hit because I was not going to do well in Zoom class.
Fair enough.
And then I decided I wanted to play juniors, so I started reaching out. And I got signed by the Mullets, and then they traded me after 5 weeks to the Mallards.
Got it. Okay, in Madison, correct?
No.
Oh, my gosh.
The Mallards are Rum River. It's
I gotta explain
45 minutes to an hour north of Minneapolis.
The Madison Mallards are a baseball team in the league for the team that I was with over the summer for my internship. That's why I thought of that. Wrong sport. I'll see, you'll post stuff from them on your Instagram story, and I see Mallards, and I always think of the baseball team, and it throws me off. Oh my gosh. Wow, that was bad. All right, we have some more fun questions we like to talk to guests about, get a little feel from. What are 3 things on your bucket list that you'd like to do?
Spend New Year's on the beach.
Okay.
Is one of them.
And any particular beach?
No, I'll probably be doing it this year in Florida.
Okay.
Another one would be to move back to Colorado at some point in my life. And a third one. I don't know. I guess meet Nathan McKinnon.
That would be cool.
That would be really
cool.
That'd
be cool, yeah. Yeah, no skydiving on the bucket list for you?
Nah.
No? A lot of guys, it's either guys are so gun-ho for skydiving, or guys are no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny to see the
it doesn't interest me that much.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
If I'm in a plane, I'm staying in the plane.
Yeah, we're going to take off, we're going to land, and,
I would do a shark cage or something like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I feel like that's a little bit more secure, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I feel like you're a little bit more in control in a shark cage, where with skydiving, once you jump out of the plane, whatever happens is going to happen, one way or another, All right, if you can invite anyone, living or dead, to dinner, who would it be and why? And we throw a twist on it and ask, what meal would you serve them? This one's more of a loaded question right off the bat.
I would say Chester Bennington, the lead singer of Linkin Park.
Oh, okay.
And probably seafood.
Seafood? And any particular type of seafood or just?
I love crab legs.
Oh, I can get on board with that.
I love crab legs. That's my birthday dinner for my dad every year.
Nice. Rebecca doesn't like seafood, do you?
I don't like seafood.
Oh, I love scallops, lobster, all of it.
It's also good. Yeah, I'm totally on board with that. You didn't put the clip in of Partial, did you, for this one?
No, I didn't.
So
I didn't get to it yet.
Fun story about this question. We had Partial and Bishop on, what would that have been, 2 years ago now? In the first year we did this. And Partial went first and said Jesus. And he said that he'd serve him fish because he knows a thing or two about fish. So then Zach went second. And, you could just tell that Zach had the look on his face of thinking, how do I, compete with Jesus for an answer, you know? Because, you really can't.
Yeah.
So Zach says Kevin Hart, much to Partial's disappointment. He's like, Kevin Hart, I say Jesus, and you say Kevin Hart. So Rebecca's been working on getting the clip uploaded so we can just play it back because it's a lot better listening to it that way than me telling it. But it was just absolutely hilarious. Just what all happened there was an absolute riot. Let's see, if you could keep one app on your phone, what would it be? Not including the built-in ones.
They all gotta go except for one.
Let's do one additional app, and on top of what's already pre-installed and stuff.
Probably my text, normal iMessage text.
Okay. What if that would be included? Yeah,
that's included.
That's technically included. Yeah.
Probably Snapchat.
Snapchat. That's a fair answer. You a big TikTok user?
No. I have it on my phone, but I haven't been on it in so long.
That's exactly how I am. Yeah. Rebecca, you use TikTok a lot, don't you?
I haven't been on in a couple days because I've been working.
Oh, okay. I was going to say we could do a screen time check for you because that's always fun to see. We can take a look in general to see what let me see what my most used app is. I'm going to take a guess and say that it's Reddit. How do I even find this?
I do use Reddit a lot.
Reddit has slowly become one of my favorites.
I use it for any question I have.
Oh yeah, Reddit is great tech support. Computer problems, going straight to Reddit, you know.
And they always are so on it with the instructions. Yeah. They're so cleanly laid out.
You can always find someone with the same problem as you too. Even though you're oh, this is so obscure, this hasn't happened to anyone. Someone guaranteed.
Oh yeah.
At some point had it, and it's there for you.
I also use it for free sporting event streams.
Oh yep. Yeah, it's same here. I'll say that. Yeah, it's definitely a good spot for finding ways to watch things. Yeah. To circumvent some sites, we'll say. Reddit is definitely my top one. Rebecca, what's your TikTok at?
For this week, it's at 3 hours.
Is that daily average or what?
No, it's just for the week.
That's total?
Yeah.
Okay, and it's Tuesday? Oh, that's not terrible. That's an hour a day.
Yeah.
That's less than I expected. If Kristen was here, she would have been 8 or something like that.
She's on it 10 hours a day.
Oh my God.
That's a lot. Think about all right, so how long is a TikTok video? Let's do some
anywhere
math
from
real quick.
30 seconds to 2 minutes.
Okay, so let's say a minute average.
Wait, they can be that long?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't even know that.
I usually don't watch that long. I just...
Okay, so she's on for 8 hours. Let's say she watches on average for 30 seconds. What's 120 times 8? Oh, my God. She could be watching 960 TikToks a day.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be surprised.
Wow.
That's insane. That's 960 times of flipping your thumb to go to the next video.
I could think of so many other things I could be doing.
With your 8 hours in a day.
Well, in her defense, she does watch it a lot at work.
Okay.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah,
but
I find my screen time will be up higher because I'll just have my phone open with something while I'm on my computer working on something, and I'll just kind of forget about it. That's fair. Okay. But still, 8 hours, that's a lot. That's a full work shift.
Yeah.
That's on the low end, too.
That's a 9 to 5 of TikTok. That's crazy. All right, back to the questions. What are your top 3 burger toppings?
Mushrooms.
Okay.
Provolone cheese. I guess I just really like mushroom Swisses, so onions.
Fair enough. I'm not a big mushroom Swiss guy. They're not terrible, but
I love a Culver's mushroom Swiss.
That's the Midwestern in you.
There you go. For sure.
Because Culver's is just everywhere around here. So another one. If there were to be an arm wrestling tournament on the hockey team, who do you think would come out on top? They're doing like bracket play.
I feel like it would probably be Dylan, Partial.
Okay.
Or I don't know. I'd probably say Partial.
Partial. He's been a pretty common pick.
Yeah.
Did you have the list up of who's all been?
It's not updated.
Okay. I feel like Partial gets mentioned a lot. It's like him. Ernie gets mentioned a little bit.
I was gonna say Ernie, but I feel like just because Dylan's got bigger arms, he would probably beat Ernie.
That's fair. But now Partial's injured, so now he can't.
It's just his knee.
That's true.
He can sit down.
Yeah. He can sit down. There you go. Yeah, I ran into him in the hallway, like, out here the one day. Like, he's on crutches. And I'm like, what happened to you, man? And he's, like, going through everything. He's like, I got this and this and this and this. I'm like, oh, my God. He's like, but I'm only out 3 to 4 weeks. I'm like, all right, thank God. Like, she's like, it could have been months if this happened. I'm like, because he's like, of course, he's like, I don't know. He knows all the medical terminology. So I'm like so lost. But I'm like, all right, as long as it's only 3 to 4, we're in the clear.
That's kind of how I am.
Just kind of goes right over the head. Yep. Let's see. If you're stranded on an island and help is coming in 7 days, and you can only have 2 teammates along with you, who would they be and why?
Probably Kramer, just because Kramer probably knows how to survive. He just looks like that kind of dude. And then probably Walensky.
Oh, okay.
Because he's funny and he'd help pass the time.
That's fair. That's fair. Kramer's been brought up a lot this year, especially with the guys newer to the team. He's kind of like the like the wild man.
He does the ROTC training.
Yeah, so he's got to have some knowledge of survival there. Mm-hmm. Someone said Darcy, but then they said that
Darcy would probably be a safe pick.
Darcy for entertainment, but then also he would get to know the natives on the island if you find any so well that like the plane would come to save you guys and like he wouldn't want to leave because he'd be like so used to life on the island.
It's
fun here. Yep, that's exactly what it would be. We also have a twist on this one. If you have been shipwrecked on an island again and all of your basic needs are taken care of like food and water, what 2 items would you bring with you or would you want to have with you?
A gun.
Okay, fair enough.
Is ammo included with that?
Sure, we can lump it in there.
Yeah, because it doesn't really work without ammo.
That's fair. And, yeah, it's kind of useless without it. You don't want to burn up your second item with that either.
Probably firewood.
Okay, you're going more survival. Selman said like a hockey stick and a hockey puck.
That's what Kramer said too.
Kramer said that, or no? Someone said a map and a lighter.
And then he'd burn the map for light.
Yeah. Selman said that he would burn the map. But then he didn't think about not having the map anymore. And he was like, oh, then maybe that's not a good idea if I burn the map that can help me get off it. Let's see. What has been what's been your most favorite vacation so far? And what's a dream vacation spot for you?
My favorite so far was I went to Florida over the summer.
Okay.
One of my buddies from juniors, his parents own like a house in Orlando. So it was nice. 7 bedrooms, 5 bath with a pool, hot tub in the backyard. We went to like Disney World and we were there for 10 days. We drove, so we stayed a night in Nashville.
It's a long drive.
Yeah, it was long. I flew from Minnesota to Chicago because he's from Elmhurst.
Okay.
And then we drove in his Jeep because he has a Wrangler, so we wanted to go top off on the beach.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. It's a good friend to have.
Mm-hmm, for sure. We're going back every year.
Nice.
We're calling it Jeff Fest because his name's Jeff.
Nice. And any dream vacation locations?
I don't know. I would probably say, I would love to go to where the Lord of the Rings was filmed. Off the coast of Hawaii. I'm blanking on I can't remember what it's called.
I'm blanking too. Lord of the Rings.
We talked about this in one of our classes.
New Zealand.
I would
love to go to New Zealand.
New Zealand would be cool. That would be really cool. There's like less deadly stuff than Australia.
Yeah.
But it's still kind of Australia, you know? It's kind of like the happy medium.
I'm just a massive Lord of the Rings fan, and I want to see like.
That's fair enough. Yeah.
The landscape and whatever.
That'd be really cool. Let's see. What is one food you cannot live without, and what is one food that you'd be totally fine never having again?
That I can't live without. That would got to be wings. And then one that I could live without, cauliflower.
Yeah, cauliflower's okay. It's not the best.
I'm not a massive fan of it. I always swap it out when I go to Cane's.
Fair enough. Rebecca, what's a food that you could totally do without?
You're going to hate me, but I'm going to say lobster.
Oh, lobster's so good.
It is so good.
What?
Sorry.
I'm trying to think of something I could go without. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not like a big like red meat eater. Like I'd be totally fine just going like, what is it, like a pescatarian diet with just seafood? I'd totally be fine with that. Like,
it's an expensive diet.
It's an expensive diet. Yeah. If I had the income to swing it, then I would. But
yeah.
We got to get there first.
I don't know. I love steak too. I couldn't give that up.
Yes, I'm not a huge steak guy. I don't know. Like I'll have it with like a surf and turf.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just can't eat like a steak by itself. Like I don't know. Something.
Oh, I can. I always say you get enough greens from a grass-fed cow.
It's all lumped in there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Close enough. All right, this is one. Rebecca, you found this one online.
On a job interview website.
And if anyone ever finds a job interview where they ask you this question, let us know, because it'll probably be a first. How would you react if you were transformed into a fish? And you can choose what fish you've been transformed into. Maybe we just need to change this question to what fish would you be transformed into? This is such an odd question. If I'm in a job interview and I get asked this, I'm probably just going to like walk out.
There's other ones that are weirder.
Like freshwater or saltwater?
We'll say whatever fish you choose will be in its proper water habitat.
Okay. Let's say barracuda, and I'd probably just eat something.
That's a good choice. Everyone goes shark. Which, like, sharks technically...
I guess that they're technically a fish.
Are they? Are sharks technically fish, or are they just kind of like sharks?
I thought they were mammals. Not mammals.
No, they're definitely not mammals.
No, they have gills.
Are sharks fish? They are. Survey says, it is a fish. What am I thinking of? Are whales fish, or are whales mammals?
Those are mammals.
Those are mammals. Okay. I guess sharks are fish.
Maybe a sailfish, because sailfish can swim at like 60 miles an hour.
That'd be pretty cool. Someone said everyone says shark, and then they go to a beach and scare people, which is fair. Like that would be like the first thing to do. I feel, totally legit answer. This is a new one that we've added. Where'd it go? Oh wait, no, just kidding. I got lost on here. Here we go. Oh, it is a new one. All right, so we made a recruiting video a couple years ago. Have you seen this recruiting video? Said recruiting video?
I've seen like the videos of Dylan in the locker room, like answering questions.
Okay, because
I don't know if I've seen.
There's a one with Dylan, Ernie,
Darcy,
and Pickle, who was on the team 2 years ago.
Yeah, he's practiced with us a few times.
Oh, he has. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because he's going out to New York eventually, right? Because he's with some semi-pro team, correct?
Yeah. I think he's Tennessee. I don't know.
I don't remember where it was.
Is it Binghamton? I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Okay.
That sounds familiar.
Okay,
So,
yeah, he's going up. Has he? I don't know if he's left for. I imagine
he's already there.
He's already there. Okay, but he practiced with you guys a couple times.
Yep.
That's cool. But that's a video we made.
Okay.
So if you remember it at all, any thoughts on it? Did it help? This is kind of our way of getting like, did it work? Getting feedback. Yeah.
I actually didn't see it. I just saw the interview videos.
Okay.
That were on
because
the
we did individual interviews. You did one with Justin and Colton, and I did one with Dylan.
I saw the Dylan one.
You saw the Dylan one?
Mm-hmm.
All right. That one had to be top notch because I made it,
right? Yeah.
This is when we can stroke our egos a little bit here, too. Because Kramer mentioned that he saw it, right?
Yeah.
He saw the recruiting video? Okay.
A couple guys mentioned it.
We got to get on Mark and be like, hey, man, show people the video.
He said he sent it out.
Yeah, then that's fair. That's fair. Last kind of, this is a little hockey related, but then we'll jump into more hockey stuff. If you could spend the day in any of your teammates' shoes, who would it be and why?
I would probably say Walensky again because he's fluent in Polish, and so I'd probably like.
He's fluent in Polish?
Yeah. So.
Wait. Okay. We asked for special talents and stuff, and he didn't mention that he was fluent in Polish. These guys. All right.
Yeah,
make a note of that, Rebecca. We need to ask him about that next time he's on.
Yeah, so I would probably say him just because I could speak in Polish and confuse people. Like, they wouldn't know what I'm saying.
He's fluent in... Wow, look at that. Huh. All right, well, we'll need him back on the show now.
Yeah. I tried getting him to come on here.
he's been on once or twice.
He was supposed to be on a second time.
Okay, yeah, we'll need to get him back on and ask him about his Polish speaking. We could bring Jake back for that, Rebecca, because they can speak Polish together. There you go. Wow, he never told us that. We also, guys have been hiding stuff from us for that like special talent or like thing that no one knows about you question for so long, because like we had Reedy on this year. And he was wearing a Cardinals sweatshirt, and I asked him why, and he's like, "Oh yeah, my dad flew the team for like 5 years." I'm like, "Dude, why didn't you tell us that?" Like,
that's sick.
It's a great story, but he just like for like the thing people didn't know about. You're like, "Yeah, mention your dad flew for the Cardinals." Like that's pretty cool. Like and like I think like they won like one of their World Series while he was like flying them too. So
wow.
I'm like, dude.
Oh,
like,
you're talking St. Louis Cardinals. I thought you meant like Arizona Cardinals.
Oh no, St. Louis, but
that's
like still
cool
like mention like that's a cool story. So like I don't know, he was like hiding that, like Jake's like hiding that he speaks Polish. Jeez, man, people everywhere just hiding all their good comments. Now you have time to think of something good for us if you can think of anything.
Last year, we got a new coach midway through the season that came from the Colorado AAA Thunderbirds.
Okay.
And he had connections with the Avalanche. Like he was friends with Joe Sakic, the GM.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So and then he set up the team with the Colorado Avalanche's nutritionist.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Get that NHL connection. That's really cool. Well, that's a good answer for that question. And we have to we have to prime people for that question, so they have time to think about it. So they just don't give us like, oh, I don't have any special talents or anything like that. You know, because we hear that a lot. All right, we'll have to keep that in mind. We'll switch gears though to hockey questions. Starting off, how old were you when you started to play, and what were kind of the things that influenced you to start playing hockey?
I was just a massive fan of Ovechkin when I was younger.
Okay.
And I first started skating when I was like 5. Okay.
Got it. So you just wanted to be like Ovi?
Yeah, I loved Ovechkin. He was the first hockey poster I ever got. I got it from like a 4th grade book fair in elementary school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Classic book fairs.
I loved Ovi when I was little.
Nice. That's a good reason to play though. So kind of throughout the years as your career progressed, what made you stick with hockey?
I don't know. I just always kind of had like, I always just wanted to play it. It didn't matter what happened. I always would, but I was always on the pond. Like Minnesota, I can go play on the pond whenever I want.
Yeah.
Like after school, every day on the pond, just skating. And if there's no one there, I'm like watching YouTube videos trying to do like new stuff.
Sure.
So I'm just like messing around with myself, and that sounds kind of bad, but on the pond. Yeah.
Not the best choice of words, but we got it. Yeah, you mentioned YouTube. I feel like a lot of the younger guys on the team now, like there's like enough of a gap now between the seniors that we knew a couple of years back and you guys were like, I don't know, I feel like the seniors from like 3 years ago grew up a little bit differently and didn't have quite that access to information on the internet when they were like first starting to play. But you guys have like, there was like right in like the start of YouTube that it would be like coming, and you had all those channels with stuff.
Yeah, I watched a guy named Pavel Barber.
He does some
like some really cool stuff. Yeah,
he's insane.
But I would try and do more like the realistic type moves that could be actually using like game situations.
That's fair.
Like when he Zorros it, and it's like when the puck is like flush with the blade, but it's not like the Michigan, but he's like waving it around on the ice.
Yeah,
I don't even try to do that.
That looks too complicated.
I have no idea how to do that without a bunch of wax, and I can't do it in the game.
That's fair. I feel like it's not very applicable in the game.
Not really. I feel like it would be kind of a cool shootout move. I've seen it done for shootouts.
I feel like if you're just like trying to go into the offensive zone with that, you just get like lit up by some guy.
Oh,
you just feel like staring at your stick trying to get it to work. He just comes by and just decks you, I feel. So we kind of touched on this a little bit. Any players that you model your play style after?
I don't know if I like try to directly play like any one person, but if I were to say who I think I play like, I would probably say like maybe like a Carl Hagelin. I'm just not as fast, but I'm like a glue guy.
Okay.
I'm not like a skill guy, but I'm not like a bruiser. I'm just kind of like a role guy, I guess.
Sure. So your current number, let me think. Oh, this one's going to be tricky. 28?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is Pickens 29?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Those two are going to confuse me.
We sit right next to each other in the locker room, too.
Oh, that just must be great.
Mm-hmm.
So current number is 28. Any reason for 28? Special meaning behind it? Has it always been 28, or was that a new thing for college?
I wore 98 in juniors, but I was supposed to wear 28 with the mullets. I was there for one game. I was scratched for it, so I didn't even play. Okay. And then I got traded. So I never got to wear my jersey, and they gave it to some new kid they picked up midway through the season. But
nice.
And then Rum River told me that it was tradition that the first trade every year wears 98. And I was like, well, why 98? And he goes, are you going to go out and fight somebody if I ask you to? Because it was juniors.
Sure.
And I was like, yeah, coach. And he goes, that's why you're 98. I was like, all right, cool.
98 it is.
Yeah, but I liked Claude Giroux, too. It was Ovi and Giroux for me.
Got it.
And then I used to be a baseball player, and 28 was, like, more of a normal baseball number. I liked Kessel, too, but I can't wear 81 for baseball. Like, it just looks dumb.
Yeah.
You don't see high numbers like that in baseball.
No, you really don't, yeah. Once you hit, like, 40, they start to drop off, I feel, yeah.
Anybody wearing, like, a higher number in, like, the pros as a pitcher, or their spring training.
That's fair. Yeah, I would say you don't really see many high numbers in baseball. Never thought about that, but makes sense. Has the team given you any nicknames yet?
I mean, it's the same one it's always been. My last name's Hawkinson, some Hawk.
Fair enough.
I was gonna say we've heard some bird calls.
Yeah. And like my old junior team commented on my first post, like with Lewis, and they said "We Heart Hawk." And then everybody on this team liked the comment. It's got like 9 likes or something like that.
It's the most liked Instagram comment. Yeah, There you go. Let's see. Any pregame rituals that you do to kind of get you in the zone?
I always drink an orange Powerade and a beef jerky stick because it doesn't like fill me up, but it's a good source of protein.
That's fair. Nothing as involved as Kramer's pregame rituals
Not
that
really.
we heard about.
Not really. I always have those 2 things, and that's pretty much it. And then I just warm up with the team and stuff.
Okay. Any specific music you put on before the game? Anything to get you in the zone?
Usually rock music,
okay.
But sometimes it'll be rap.
Anything that's off limits, like Kramer's telling us.
If he hears Highway to Hell, like the game's just gonna go
He'll
bad. He's gonna get hurt.
And anything like if it comes up in the playlist, you gotta skip over.
Not really. I guess it just kind of depends on the mood.
That's fair. Kind of how you're feeling that day.
But it's usually like rock music or metal music. I'm a massive Slipknot fan.
Okay. Let's see. If you could play another sport, let's say at the college level, what would it be?
Baseball.
I could see that coming. What position did you play for baseball?
I was a catcher, but
okay.
It hurt my knees, so I moved to third base midway through my 8th grade year. I was on JV as an 8th grader when I was in high school or before high school.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so I moved to third base, and then I moved high schools in between freshman and sophomore year. They didn't need any third basemen, so I moved to center field.
Got it. Okay.
And then I quit after my sophomore year just because I didn't really want to play anymore.
Fair enough. And you wanted to pull more time into hockey, I imagine.
Yeah.
Fair enough. What is the most important lesson you've learned from your hockey career?
I guess just kind of go with the flow. Don't ever try and figure it out because you're not going to.
That's fair. That's fair. Just kind of take everything in stride and just keep going.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fair. Yeah, that's fair. I can see that. If you could have one skill from a teammate, what skill would it be, and who would it come from?
Ernie's hands. Or no, Morrow's hands.
Morrow's hands?
Yeah.
We get that a lot. Morrow's hands, Morrow's shot, Ernie's shot, or Ernie's hands as well, because he can stick hand a little bit.
I feel like if I could use Morrow's hands to give myself a little bit extra space, I've got a decent shot, but I don't have those hands to get into those open areas.
That's fair.
So I'll take his hands.
Take his hands and hope that the shot will follow.
Mm-hmm.
If your teammates could choose an animal to describe your play style, what do you think they would say?
I don't know. I don't know, to be honest.
This one's a stumping question. I don't know if we've had like a really definitive answer from anyone on this one yet.
I guess probably Hawk, just because, chirp me for the nickname or whatever.
It's just too fitting at this point.
Yeah,
it's just gotta be. That's fair. If you get a player card in the NHL video game series, what do you think your highest category rating would be? And you're free to make up your own category. Because I think we had someone say
somebody said communication.
Yeah.
Somebody said comedy. I can't think of anything else.
So if you can make like your own player card, like what are you giving yourself the highest score for?
Like off ice stuff, like
It could be either. It could be like speed, shooting, passing, or just like something that you think is a good part of your game that you want to add as a category.
I mean, I was a really good locker room guy. Like I was one of kind of the captains without a letter in Rum River. Like I didn't have a cap. I wasn't a letter, but
sure,
people would listen to me.
You were still kind of a leader.
Yeah, because I mean, I was an age out. I was one of the older guys there.
Got it.
A lot of the younger kids just kind of listened to me if I said something.
Sure.
So I guess I would say I'm a good locker room guy, and then good awareness on the ice, I guess.
Okay.
Being able to read the play.
Do like a 99 locker room presence. Boom, there you go. Slap that right at the bottom. That can bump the overall. If you could play for any NHL team, which one would you play for? I have a feeling what you're going to say when we talked off air.
I would probably say Colorado.
Colorado? Got it.
Colorado, or, I mean, I would say Arizona, because I like Keller and I like Arizona, but they're about to leave, so.
That may not last for long.
So I'd probably, Colorado.
Colorado, got it. Colorado, like, I don't know. I'm a Vegas fan, so I kind of, like, not the biggest fan of the Avalanche, because they've always, like, they've been like a thorn in our side the last couple of years, you know, especially last year.
Last year, the first 2 games were great, and then it just kind of.
Oh, that first game for us was brutal. What,
that was tough.
7-1 or something like that.
Yeah.
7-1, and like Reeves got suspended or something that game too.
That was just I don't remember what he did. I think it was like a cross check or something.
It was just a sloppy start to the series,
and then Vegas dominated the Avs in game 2, but they somehow pulled it out in OT.
Yeah, that's right. And then we somehow, I don't know, I thought that series was done after 2 games. I'm like, oh, God, this is scary. And then we somehow.
Like we're down 2-0. We might win 1.
Yeah, and then we somehow came back. I'm like, all right. And then, like, the offense disappeared against Montreal, which is, like, classic Vegas.
I can't believe Montreal even made it.
I can't either. That was just, last year was a weird year
now
for
they
the
suck.
playoffs.
They're 1-5 right now.
Yeah, now they're rough. I mean, Vegas is also 1-4. So, well, actually.
They're playing the Avs right now.
How are they? Last I checked, they were up 2-0.
It's 2-1.
2-1. 150 to go. Oh, man, this is close.
Oh.
Vegas won their first game, and then they lost 4 straight. That's rough. So hopefully we can get the win tonight. I got to ask about the Avalanche's reverse retro jerseys. Thoughts on those? Love them. Those ones are clean.
My dad doesn't really know the difference between the Adidas and Fanatics ones, so for Christmas he got me a Makar Fanatics reverse retro. So like I have it, but like, I don't really have it.
It's still a really cool design.
Yeah,
how they meshed the colors of the Avs with the
Nordiques old
Nordiques logo. That one looked really clean. That was a nice combo when they played the Lake Tahoe game against Vegas.
Yeah, that was so cool.
That was good.
The bad ice made it for an 8-hour delay between them.
Yeah. I remember we were broadcasting a Lewis game that day.
Oh, really?
And I think I could only watch the first 10 minutes of the first period before we had to leave to go set up. And I'm like, I'm going to miss the whole rest of this game. And I'm texting my brother who's watching. I'm like, how's the game going? He's like, we're in a delay. I'm like, huh? And so I'm looking up and the ice is bad. And I'm looking I didn't end up missing any of the game because it got delayed till it was 11 o'clock Chicago time when they resumed play. So I'm like, guess I'm staying up and watching the rest of this game, you know? And then they finally got it figured out. And I'm like, yeah, I guess they didn't think I don't know, even though it's 30 degrees there, with the sun just beating on it,
it gets rough.
Yeah, it did not work out well. But that was still a really cool. I hope they do that again.
For me personally, the ideal weather for outdoor ice is 25 degrees.
25 degrees and probably overcast.
Yeah. Not beating sunlight, but not dark.
Yeah, just kind of a nice in between. Yeah, that's fair. Would you rather have a Stanley Cup or be in the Hall of Fame?
Stanley Cup.
Stanley Cup. Why do we ask this question? We get the same answer every time. Yeah, that's fair. I feel like if you get the Stanley Cup, you'll be in the Hall of Fame. As long as you have a decent career. You know?
I mean, if you're just a depth guy and you're just kind of there for the ride.
Yeah. If you have a good career,
be me,
though. Would you be totally content with that?
I'd be the Patty Maroon.
There you go. Yeah, just kind of riding along.
3 rings, but I have 2 points the whole playoffs.
You're just there to have fun. Let's see. What is the strangest thing you've seen happen during a game? Kind of your hockey oddity.
Our captain last year got his cheek cut open by a skate because juniors we can wear a visor, and they didn't see each other coming. He was setting up a pick on the power play, and they collided, and the guy kind of like tripped over him, and his skate came down and like caught him in the cheek.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, so he had to get like 7 stitches in his cheek, but he was back Monday.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Just it was nothing.
That was probably Yeah, the worst injury or anything like weird I've ever seen.
Did you wear a visor or a cage for?
I wore a visor.
Visor, okay. Got it. That's always a fun question for guys. It's like, well, like, because some guys are like, well, we asked Zach this, and Zach's like, well, my mom wouldn't let me wear a visor, which is like, fair enough.
My parents just said make sure you have a mouth guard if you're wearing a visor.
That's okay. I can see that. Let's see.
I miss it. I wish we could wear it. Like, we're older.
Yeah.
We can't wear it.
Yeah.
Can't fight, but we're older. Like, when we're 16, 17 in juniors, we could fight.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, I feel like fighting with a cage on, though, would be kind of annoying, though, because then you got to, like, unbuckle it, take the helmet off, you know, and...
I mean, some people have, like, the cage hang, like Morrow does, and
that's
so,
true.
Like, if someone wanted to fight him, they really could
just tip it off. Yeah, that's fair. I would say, or else you're just, like, punching, like, a metal grate, you know?
Yeah.
That's not the best. What's your biggest pet peeve in hockey? Kind of going the opposite direction. Something that kind of grinds your gears.
Complaining about your line.
Okay.
Like, what line you're on, or, like, about your line mates.
Okay. I can see that.
Like, you could be, like, a good person in the locker room, but then if somebody makes a mistake on the ice and you're hypercritical of it, but, like, everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah,
so
just kind of move on. And
yeah, like, don't call it out. Be constructive with it.
Sure.
Or don't say anything.
Sure. I can see that. If a player had to fill in and coach for a game, who do you think would be the best option?
Dylan.
You want to think about that one?
Dylan, yeah.
We've heard partial a lot. Zach as well.
Darcy.
I would say Darcy. Like Dylan head coach, Darcy assistant coach.
Darcy would be like the hype man, and then partial would hopefully get everyone. I
think Dylan would do a pretty good job.
I think he would, yeah.
Plus, he's already a physical trainer, so.
That's true, yeah.
You don't have to hire somebody else for it.
There you go, yeah. Let's see. If you could participate in a skills competition at the NHL All-Star Game, which one do you think you would want to do?
Accuracy.
Okay.
Because I don't have the hands or the speed, so I'll do something where I'm not having to move very
Got to
much.
rely on the shot.
Yeah.
There you go. Not bad.
I think, like, I could hit all four corners. It just kind of depends on the day.
with how long it would take.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. Yeah. I feel like if you get into a rhythm early,
yeah,
then you can kind of fire them off.
I think I could come close to Ray Bork's record.
Well, what's his record for his?
Like 10 seconds.
Jeez, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, and I think that's just the four corners. I don't know if that was 4 or 6 targets.
Oh, okay.
They sometimes have ones in the middle of the posts too.
Oh, sure. If both goalies, or I guess now all 3 goalies were to go down in a game somehow, hopefully this doesn't happen, who would be the best player to step in and play goalie for the team?
I'll probably have to say whoever's the biggest. So,
okay. Zach
or probably Dylan, just because they're bigger, so they take up more space, because nobody else has ever played goalie, so we just need somebody who takes up the most space.
That's fair. We've heard Dylan, right?
And Zach a lot.
Because
they both worked at a goalie camp.
Darcy.
Oh, they did? I didn't even know that.
Darcy, because he'd just be crazy enough to do it. Because you kind of need that.
It.
Yeah, exactly. He'd be like, okay, you know. Who on the team has the worst tape job?
I gotta say Zach.
I would say we have it written down as worst tape
he's
job,
good.
And why is it Bishop?
Yeah, he's good. He's our best D, but I don't like his tape job.
We haven't heard a single other answer for this question since we started asking it. It has
other
consistently been Bishop, without fail. I can't think of anyone.
One person said Eric Pickowicz from a couple years ago, but then the second we said Zach, he's like, "Oh yeah, I changed my answer."
Yeah. So it's been Zach from the very start. But I guess if it works, like as you mentioned, he's a good player.
Yeah. So if it works,
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
It's
you know.
Weird.
Yeah, that's true. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just a little funky. If you could start an NHL franchise anywhere, where would it be?
I would start another one in Minneapolis because I don't like the Wild.
Fair enough.
I hope Selman's not listening.
Yeah.
Oh, he knows I don't like the Wild. He knows.
That's fair. Well, I mean, if you got to choose between being an Avalanche fan and a Wild fan, like,
yeah,
you got to go with the
2
Avalanche.
2 cups consistently in round 2 of the playoffs.
The Avalanche are consistent, either missing the playoffs or round 1.
And our GM's a little bit more intelligent.
That's fair, yeah.
Joe Sakic is amazing.
Yeah, he isn't signing people to like 16-year contracts or anything like that.
Well, and he's also got guys like McKinnon who's saying he wants to take a team-friendly deal to stay in Colorado.
Yeah, and like the Cale Makar deal isn't bad.
It's not horrible. Like, he makes less than guys like Seth Jones.
I would say looking at I feel like Cale Makar, like his contract or like the Alex Pietrangelo contract, they looked a little high, like at the time when they were signed. Or Makar not so much, but
he
like
just signed like over the summer.
Yeah, but like at like when Pietrangelo got re-signed, they're like, oh, you're overpaying him. And then like Seth Jones signed for what, like $9.5 million with Chicago, and he was like a -4 the other night and was like on the ice for all the 5-on-5 goals the other team scored. It's like, oh boy, you know.
I saw a stat on Instagram that since the season has started, there have been 10 goals scored against them with Seth Jones on the ice and 0 with him on the ice.
That's brutal. I think he got an assist the other night.
Oh, okay. So he broke that streak.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, thank God that's done. Ever since the Seth Jones contract got signed, a lot of other guys' contracts are looking like a steal.
I'm pretty sure Makar's was like shortly after, but he's like $250,000 less. Like it's not super big, but
Seth Jones' contract just inflated all of the contracts around it as well. Like Charlie McAvoy signed with Boston for what, like $9 million.
I like McAvoy too.
Like I don't follow the Bruins that much, so like I don't know if he's like worth $9 million.
He's good, but I don't know if he's worth.
But I saw that I'm like, Charlie McAvoy for $9 million. I only know him from the NHL Network commercials where he's like, oh yeah, I'm Charlie McAvoy. You know that one.
He's got a baby face.
Yeah, that's the only thing I know him from. So I'm like, is this guy worth $9 million? But I'm like, all right, I guess if Seth Jones is getting $9 million from Chicago, then I guess a lot of guys can pull $9 million. But Seth Jones just absolutely fleeced the Hawks on that contract.
Yeah,
that's
insane.
Sure. That's insane.
I expected them to do a lot better than they were.
Everyone made it seem like they were going straight to the Cup final because they got Fleury, they got Seth Jones.
I wouldn't say that, but I thought they would make playoffs.
Make the playoffs, or like there were some people on Twitter. They're like, "Oh, they're for sure a contender this year." I'm like, I don't know about that. Like, Fleury, he had a good season last year, great season last year, Vezina winning. You know, don't get me wrong. I think a lot of people,
he had a much better team playing in front of him, though.
Absolutely, and I think a lot of people forget too, like. When he was with Pittsburgh, he had some rough seasons. Like he got saved by the team in front of him. Because when you're playing with Crosby and Ovechkin and like the late 2000s Penguins that he was playing with,
Malkin, Hossa,
that team was stacked.
Oh yeah,
you know it was like consistent third round or Stanley Cup Finals for that team. You know,
even like their depth guys were still solid players.
Their depth guys could have cracked the first line on like half the other teams in the league, which is insane.
Ruslan Fedotenko gets overlooked a lot. He was so good.
Yeah.
He was so fast.
Yeah, but it's like Fleury, like, don't get me wrong, he loved him in Vegas. Really good goalie. But I think a lot of people forget that like he had some like rockier seasons in his career too. You know, he hasn't been like a consistent Vezina caliber performer, you know? So
yeah.
I don't know, the Hawks are and now the news from today with Bowman stepping down,
that's
or
crazy.
Either stepping down or getting asked to step down or whatever that actually is. I don't know. That whole can of worms. Well, it's probably good for ticket prices in Chicago.
True. I'm going to try and see an Avs Hawks game because I already know who's going to win.
Literally, any team is going to beat them.
Yeah, I saw.
I do have a Taves jersey, though, for if I were to like see them and it's not the Avs.
Oh, sure. You got that just in case.
Yep.
Fair enough. But there's this page I follow on Twitter that always like sends out attendance. I think like the Hawks hit like 85% or something for them, which is like their like shutout streak or their sellout streak ended, which is unfortunate. But I guess they haven't held a lead yet this entire season, which is pretty impressive. Like it's been like 6 games worth of not being ahead.
Yep.
That's crazy. Think about like.
They're probably going to be trading Dylan Strome here soon. They were healthy scratching him to start the year, but now they're playing him because me and my roommates think that there's scouts watching, so that's why they're playing him.
They got to get him some ice time. Fair enough. I saw like, speaking of attendance, Ottawa, like one of their games was at like 60% attendance.
Like, were they allowed to have more than that? Because Canada's super strict on COVID.
You know, now that you mention that, I wonder what their max attendance is.
I know Montreal is back to full capacity, but they just changed that like a week ago.
That's true. Even like, I wonder what. Now I can't find anything. Oh, they're cleared to welcome 50%. But let me think. If it was, it said 60%. So I don't know if that was 60% of what they were allowed or 60% of max capacity at the arena. I'd have to look into that. But still, like,
I'm not sure.
It is Ottawa though, so like, neither of them would surprise me.
I mean, Ottawa's getting good though. They've got some good young prospects.
They're getting better. They're nothing spectacular at this point. But
I mean, Brady Tkachuk is solid.
They're on the upward trend.
Solid. Drake Batherson's good. He just had a hat trick the other night.
That's right. The Red Wings are looking good this season.
Oh,
too,
yeah.
somehow. Which
Lucas
like,
Redmond kid just had 4 points.
Yeah.
He's only the third
guy, and like the other guys like Stevie Y and who's the
Gordie
other
Howe.
one? Gordie Howe. Yeah, like elite company for this guy
that's
to have a 4.9. Yeah, that's
he's younger
insane.
than I am.
Yeah, oh my God. Looking at the ages of these guys, I'm like, all right, this guy is like 19 playing the NHL. I'm like, here I am.
He's making more than me.
Yeah, he's making more than I'll ever make before I retire.
Even on their entry level, they're still getting like $700K a year.
Yeah, and just playing hockey, it's like, that's living the life right there, you know?
Exactly.
How could you complain?
The NHL is super old-fashioned, so whenever rookies come into the league, the vets take them out to go buy a really nice watch, like, right away.
Interesting.
They've, like, been the last league that's kind of laxed their game day attire.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, the NFL is starting to get all flashy, same with the NBA, and the NHL is, like, just starting it this year. They've been super old-fashioned with the suit.
Toronto has, like, a mixed... Or like a more casual dress.
It's like business casual.
Yeah. Like Austin Matthews is like boys with Justin Bieber, so he wears like all of Bieber's like Drew stuff to the rink.
I saw someone tweeted out like pictures of like there's like Matthews and Marner coming to the rink in their like more casual clothes, and they're like, how can they expect the team to win when they dress like this? It's like, what? Like, how is that connected? Like, sorry, I don't really quite see the connection there, but whatever.
I don't get it.
You know,
we had a kid last year in juniors that showed up looking like a mob boss. He had like the black turtleneck with the chain, and then with the fur coat. It was sick. And he had like the old style hat. I don't remember what those hats are called.
Like a fedora?
Not like a fedora, but I don't remember what they were called. But it was one of like the old fashioned style hats.
That's cool.
It was
Look good, play good, I guess.
Yeah, he was one of our assistant captains.
It's all part of it, I guess.
He was this little kid, but he would fight anybody. he was in like 4 fights last year.
Nice. All right, next question. Any favorite NHL jerseys that come to mind for you?
Well, it's probably Seattle. Seattle's are pretty cool.
Seattle's are good. They crushed it with the branding.
Yeah, not number one for me. I mean, I'm partial to the Avs being one of them. I like the Yotes, like old home jerseys. They've switched full time to the Kachinas now. Yeah. I like the old home ones.
So the ones they had before the Kachina ones? Okay, so like with the Howling Coyote ones?
Yep.
Okay.
And then I would say the black Hurricanes jersey with like the flag on it.
The black Canes one. You know, I've recently found out that a lot of people on social media don't like the Canes jerseys.
Really?
Yeah.
I think all the Canes jerseys are sick.
I like how they have a different look to each of them.
Yeah, the white one
the white one's got the Canes diagonally, and then you got the Hurricane on the red ones, and then you got the flag on the black one. I kind of like that how they mix it up with that. It's a little bit different.
Alternate or reverse retro is just cool. Everybody likes the Whalers.
Yeah, that's cool as well. Rebecca, any favorite hockey jerseys for you?
Probably the Kachina ones.
The Kachina ones are great.
Kachina ones are pretty cool.
The Coyotes reverse retro ones, those purple ones.
Oh, I love those things.
Things were cool. Those things sold
jerseys.
out so quick though.
Yeah.
Those things were gone like in like a day or something.
I almost bought a Fanatics one for Oliver Ekman-Larsson at Mall of America over the summer.
Oh,
they didn't have any of the Adidas ones, and I was like, that's just cool. I kind of want to get it.
Yeah, it's a cool one to have, yeah.
But I wound up not, which works out because OEL's not even there anymore.
Oh, that's true. He's with Vancouver now, right? Yeah, speaking of Vancouver, I like the Vancouver V jerseys.
Oh, like the burgundy ones?
I don't know if they were like... I think they had a red version of them at one point, but they were just like... Let me see the... are you thinking of the Vancouver Millionaire ones they wore?
Yeah.
Those are cool. Ones. I'm thinking of the... Let me find a picture of them. They were like...
V.
Like, they were just like... The jersey was just a literal V.
Oh, yeah. It was black with the...
Yeah,
yep.
Those?
Yep, I know those. I remember those.
They get a lot of flack. I kind of like them. Just look at that. You got the V on the pants, too. That's clean.
I sometimes forget those were Canucks jerseys.
I kind of like them. Like
I liked the black ones with the Canucks skate on them.
Oh, with the flying skate one. Those ones are clean, too.
Yeah, when Pavel Bure was playing.
Those things are cool. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the V ones get a lot of flack. I kind of like them.
I think they're cool.
They're like just wacky enough, but they kind of work. You know, just a bit.
Yeah,
just a bit. Let's see. What's the most exciting game you've played in your career?
That I've played in.
And any big memories from Minnesota high school hockey?
I don't know if you've heard of Edina, but Edina's like the rich side of town in South Minneapolis.
Okay.
And their hockey's always really good. My senior year, we tied them and we celebrated it like it was like a victory.
Okay, nice.
we were down 3-2 and we scored with like 3 seconds left to tie it.
Oh, wow.
And Because it was regular season, they didn't do OT.
Okay. Well, that's worth celebrating, though.
Yeah, so we celebrated it like it was a dub.
Nice.
Or I guess Rum River would be like the 44th game of the regular season. We played the Mullets at the Mullets, so it was the rink that I started my junior career in. I got to leave regular season in that rink as well. That's cool. Yeah.
Nice. Kind of coming full circle.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. All right, we got some more quick-fire ones. Cleanest stall on the team.
Cleanest stall. I would probably say myself.
Okay.
I like having a clean stall.
Dirtiest stall.
Legis' stuff tends to creep over into mine quite a bit.
I feel like everyone goes to someone that's next to them because that's just what they notice the most.
Piggy's not bad. Pickens. We call him Piggy.
Okay. That's a new one.
Yeah. And he's not bad, but Legis' stuff tends to creep over into mine sometimes.
Got it.
But he insists that it never does.
Oh, of course.
We'll talk to him about
it. Best and worst hair on the team.
Best hair, Darcy.
Okay.
Worst hair, I don't know. I don't think anybody's really got, like, bad flow. I guess I kind of want to see Ernie grow his out more, but that's not, like, saying he's got bad hair.
Ernie has some good flow when he grows it out.
Yeah, so I guess I'll say Ernie, but not that, like, it's bad. I just want to see him, like, grow it out a little bit more.
There's just more potential there. Fair enough. Best skater on the team.
Ernie.
Is there anyone that, like, not exactly worst skater because that sounds kind of bad. Anyone that's, like, prone to falling down or anything like that, or any kind of tendencies like that?
Gore wipes out sometimes.
Okay.
I think Pico called him out because he wiped out, like, 3 times in one shift when we were playing Marquette.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough. You just blow a tire.
He's not, like, a bad skater. I don't know if he just didn't have an
unlucky
edge,
or just losing an edge.
He just lost. It looked like he lost an edge, like, 3 times in one shift.
Just like a rough shift. That's fair. Best style on the team.
Legis is a massive Conor McGregor fan, so he likes to show up in, like, the Italian cut suits, which I think are pretty sick.
Those do look good, yeah. I'll give him that. Best at sewer.
At sewer, Darcy's pretty good.
Okay.
Dylan's pretty good. Kramer's pretty good too. I'd probably say Kramer.
Okay. What about the worst at sewer?
I'm not very good at sewer.
Okay.
I didn't play sewer much in juniors. I played it every once in a while, but I don't play much here, so I'm not very good at it.
We've been hearing Selman a lot.
Selman's been getting good, yeah.
Has he been getting better? Okay.
Yeah, he wasn't that good when we first
I would say because a lot of people were saying him at the start, but then he came on and tried to defend his case, saying that he's been getting a little better. It really didn't work though. No.
He's getting there. Okay. He plays like every day, so he's working on it.
He's improving. Okay,
he's
that's
practicing.
Good. That's good. Kind of touched on this earlier. Best hands on the team.
More Ernie.
All right. And last one. Out of the 3 jerseys that we have, which one is your favorite?
Black ones.
Black ones. All right.
100%.
I don't think we'll ever hear a different answer for that one either.
Those ones are like just the material of them are sweet. Like the other ones are like your traditional like jersey feel, but I like more of the sport
the original
feel.
Ones. Yeah.
Yeah, I like more of the sport feel to jerseys.
Because the black ones, they're just like printed letters and logos as well, so they aren't like an actual patch.
The black ones are stitched.
Oh, they are. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I know.
The old alternates.
The old alternates were okay. Got it. Okay.
But those ones had nameplates. I wish we had nameplates.
Oh, that's right. They did. They did. Okay. Got it. Well, that's all we have. We can do. We do. I know you mentioned one to keep it towards an hour. It is 10. But we like to have a little time where you can ask us any questions. So Rebecca can hand over the iPad, or if you have some in your mind.
I have like a few in mind. So like, how did you two get into like taking pictures for the team and doing the podcast and stuff?
That's a great question.
How did this all start?
I know both of us had wanted to get involved with hockey just because like that's what we want to do for a living. As for the show, it was kind of the 2 of us and then Jake. We did it. And then Jake graduated, and we were trying to figure out how to keep it going, and we figured because at first we were gonna keep with the NHL talk that we did, and just have like one of you guys on each week,
like general
just
sports,
strictly talk about NHL,
general hockey talk.
And then we decided to just scrap that.
It's a lot of research to do. Though.
It is. I just kind of like soak all that up.
Yeah.
When it comes to school, I gotta go over it so many times to remember it. But when it comes to sports, like any sport, I just kind of like soak it up. If my dad has ESPN on ever, I don't forget it ever.
Yeah.
I can pretty much tell you what team any guy plays for.
That's impressive.
and like where they recently got traded or signed from.
That's impressive. Yeah, but it started with a show like that, and then the broadcast started with, kind of 2 years ago, you were GM of the station, and we just kind of wanted to expand sports coverage in general for us. So hockey.
That's what I labeled it as. It was really just I just wanted to do hockey.
Because hockey started with our first broadcasts were just on the radio, and then we went to radio, but we also filmed it and then uploaded it later, and then it eventually turned into what it is now with the live streams and stuff like that. So yeah, it was just kind of just originally wanting to expand sports, and it's just kind of evolved to where it is now, and then it turned into, us doing the recruiting video and traveling with the team, us going to Carolina, doing all the other videos and stuff. We did like an on ice video with Jack Darcy last year.
Like a mic'd up video, or
it was him and I mic'd up on the ice, and we did like laps around when I was like interviewing him, like some of these questions, but on the ice, and then we did like a couple like hockey challenges, which was hysterical because I started skating in February of last year. Okay. So I'm still very new to it. And like that was like, when was that? That was like October of last year. So I was like 6 months into it. Yeah. Took the whole summer off. Like it was ugly. But we want to recreate some of that stuff. To hopefully show that I've learned a little bit since then as well.
I'd be down for something like that.
And it was just a lot of fun. So we have to plan that and see what guys want to be involved. Which we probably could get the whole team out there. Ideally, but I don't know if that'd be ideal. That's a lot to manage, but
you're gonna take on each guy for a different challenge.
Well, if you can think of 25 challenges to do, go for it, Rebecca.
I
will. And anything else for us question wise?
Let me see here. Well, I guess what are you two going to school for? Are you guys even technically students here?
Graduated.
You graduated.
Rebecca graduated. I graduate this December.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what are you two here for?
I am here for you were and I am radio TV broadcasting.
So you want to do like work for like Sportsnet or something like that?
Ideally, like what we do with you guys, I want to do for a living.
That'd be really cool.
Ideally hockey, but like I'll start anywhere.
Yeah. I want to do either sports live production or like video editing for a sports team, or I've been looking at like general editing jobs in general, but ideally sports. Yeah, something in the sports media realm kind of.
So then, do you guys listen to Spit and Chicklets?
Off and on, yeah.
I listen to it often, depending on who the guest is. I'm not too avid of a listener of it.
Okay.
But depends on who the guest is. They had Robin Leonard on it recently, though. I have to listen to that one still.
That one's really cool. He's got a lot to say.
He does.
With the bombshells he was dropping on Twitter.
Yeah, he's just kind of like an open book, too, which like...
Yeah, I respect that, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I respect that.
I just gotta like... They're longer episodes, though. So they're like, what, like you had like 2 hours?
2-3 hours.
You know? Yeah, so like... I just need to find time to like sit down and listen to it, or like find time to like... Because like... I don't know, like I'll throw on like a shorter podcast when I'm getting ready in the morning, but that's like a half hour, you know? Because like I live on campus, so I can't like throw it on in the car, you know?
Yeah.
I don't have like a commute to listen to the stuff, unfortunately, or else I'd probably listen to
your
it more.
Your 5-minute walk.
Yeah, my 5-minute walk across campus, you know, there you go. I can get a whole, I can get through the intro when they finally introduce the guest or whatever it is, but yeah, something sports media for both of us, yeah. All right, well, we have one more question for you, actually, one that we forgot. We've been asking guests this year who they would like to see on the show next.
On the show next?
If you have any suggestions for guests to have on.
Well, how many are you allowed to have in here?
So we can fit, so there's one mic in here. Well, technically 2 because Rebecca can share this one if need be. And then we have 4?
4 in the room behind us. One of them doesn't work.
So we can ideally have 6 guests on the show. It would be a lot to manage. So like we normally cap it at like 3 or 4. I think we've done the max has been 4. Okay. Because then guys can like pair up for stuff.
We were talking about wanting to do one episode with me, Ligas, Justin, and Wilninski.
If you guys can find a Tuesday that works for all of you guys, absolutely.
That's the goal. Because
yeah,
the 3 of us, Ligas, Justin, and I live together. And then Wilninski, he just is always with us.
Got it. Okay.
So we've got some funny stories.
I can only imagine. Okay. Yeah. If you guys find an open Tuesday that works for all 4 of you guys. Let Rebecca know, and we'll slide you guys in. Have we had Justin on yet this semester?
Justin and League is not this semester. They were supposed to be on with Jake 3 weeks ago.
Oh, and then there was stuff that came up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Oh, yeah, Jake had a big anatomy test. That's why he
Yeah, so he said that, and then Justin had a project, and then there was a volleyball game we were broadcasting.
Yeah, it was a lot, so.
Well, you were broadcasting. I wasn't here.
Find an open Tuesday, though.
Okay.
And we'd be more than welcome to make it happen.
Justin, since he's a grad student, he's doing the 8-week classes.
Okay.
And his current classes, he's in class.
Does he have class Tuesdays?
Yeah, 6 to 10.
6 to 10.
So he'd have to come
We could start at 10.
Oh, start at 10?
Yeah, that would be doable.
I'll talk to him. That would probably work for him if he wants to do it.
That would work out fine. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because Justin's technically a grad student. I got to remember that. Yeah. That's weird to think about.
We call him Grandpa Augie because he used to go to Augustana.
Love it. Love it. All right, well, that's all we got for this week. Thanks for coming on. This was
Thank you.
A lot of fun.
It was fun.
Talk to the guys and get them on, and anyone else on the team that you think would be, kind of good.
Has Darcy been on yet this year?
Darcy hasn't, because I think he has an early class.
And I quote, past his bedtime.
I think he has like an 8 a.m. or something tomorrow morning. So, can't blame him. That's an early morning. But any other pairings you can think of, send them our way. But thanks for coming on.
Thank
Rebecca, you'll have this uploaded Saturday. That's our new date this semester for getting these on YouTube, luckily. This has been episode 7 of the Dump and Chase podcast for Reid and Rebecca. We'll see you next week.